We are waiting for Professor Devi sir. As soon he joins, we will start the lecture. Be patient and wait for a while. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, all of you. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Good morning,
We'll
sir.
start today's session on organization behavior. First of all, I would like to share PPT. PPT visible for you?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, last lecture we discussed on unit number. My voice is proper for you. It is audible for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Last lecture we discussed on unit number 1, basic concept of organization behavior. In this session, we want to discuss on unit number 2, that is micro perspective of organization behavior. Myself, Dr. Divya. In this unit, we want to highlight on learning objective of micro perspective of organization behavior. Then second, we should know what is individual behavior, where we want to refer personal which factor affect on individual behavior, that is personal factor is there, where we want to understand personality, concept of perception, attitude, value, then environmental factor which is significantly affect on individual behavior, then our organizational factor, we should know which component are included in organizational factor. Same thing we want to check, check your progress. Then finally we want to discuss on student out and in. Unit number 2. University has introduced in your syllabus. Basic learning objective is there. We want to understand individual behavior which influenced by various factors, that is personal factor, psychological factor, environmental factor, and organization system and resources there. Then we want to determine, there is some determinant of personality of group into 5 broad categories: heredity, environmental, family, social and situational determinant. Then one of the important concept is their perception. As a manager, as an executive, we should know perception of the employee, which significantly affect on individual behavior. It refers to gathering information from environment with help of sensory organ, so as form of meaningful and coherent picture of the world. Then next objective is their attitude. We should know attitude. When we understand attitude of the people, and it's depend on belief, feelings, and action tendencies of individual or group of the people, toward which helps to achieve the organizational objective. Then next concept is their values. We want to distinguish between what is the right or wrong and good and bad. These are some learning objectives of this unit number 2, micro perspective of organization. There is different perception, different personalities, and different values which significantly affect on organization behavior. In this unit, we want to understand individual behavior. Just wait, my sound repeated. That's why just check. Hello.
सर डबल येतोय व्हॉइस.
Hello? Okay. In this unit, we want to understand introduction of individual behavior, where we should, as a manager, as an executive, as a businessman, we want to understand personal skill. We want to understand ability of the people. We want to understand personality and perception and attitude, values and ethics of organization, where people, they are come together and they take efforts for the achieving common goals. That's why as an executive or as a manager, we want to understand skill of the people, ability of the people, personality of the employees, perception of the employees, and attitude of the employees. Means what? We want to understand external as well as internal environment of the organization. Whereas we want to understand different group of the people, job specification is there, personal goal is there. We want to understand personal goal of the people, and we want to coordinate with all people and collectively take efforts for the achieving organization behavior. And when we understand all these things, that is organization behavior or individual behavior. In individual behavior, different factors affect on individual behavior. Herewith, we want to consider first factor is their personal factor, where we want to consider age, sex, education, abilities, marital status, number of dependent, creativity, and emotional intelligence. All these things we want to consider under personal factor, which significantly affect on organization or individual behavior. Because as for age, it may be change behavior of the people. Gender is there. As per gender wise, there may be different we found behavior. Education also significantly affect on individual behavior. You may observe behavior of the graduation people, behavior of the post-graduation people, those who are completed professional degree. You may observe behavior of that people. Means what? All these factors affect on individual behavior, that is personal factor. Then organizational system and resources there, physical facilities is there, where we are working, and if we get proper or sufficient proper facility, that's definitely affect on our behavior. If there is no proper facility, definitely it's affect on performance of the people. Right now, I am struggling for the connectivity of this WebEx meeting, and we may suffer, I feel some trace because it is one of the physical facility. Means what? When we work or perform anywhere, we want proper physical facility. Then organizational structure and design is there. Means what types of organizational structure and design is there? It's also affect on performance of the employee. Then leadership means what types of leadership style is there. We may refer in previous lecture. We have refer in previous lecture. Autocratic leadership, participative leadership is there. Then that leadership style also affect on performance of the employee. Then reward system is there, work related to behavior. These are these factors we want to consider under organizational system or resource. Then psychological factor is there, personality. As a executive, we want to understand personality. Different types of people is there. We want to understand personality. Then perception is when we are working in any organization that where we found different perception of the people. It may be positive perception, negative perception. Attitude is there. Positive attitude, negative attitude is there. Value is there, and learning ability. These are psychological factors which affect on individual behavior. Then environmental factor, where we want to consider economical factor also affect on individual behavior. We may belong from different social strata, social culture, and that social factors or environment affect on individual behavior. Ethics and social responsibility also affect on individual behavior, and political factors also responsible or affect on individual behavior. These are flowchart which helps to understand the which factor affect on individual behavior. Then we want to understand concept of individual behavior. Individual behavior can be defined as a mix of response to external and internal stimuli. It is the way a person react in different situations and the way someone express different emotion like anger, happiness, love, etc. Means what? We have different types of emotion. And as a manager, we want to understand all this emotion. We want to take care of emotion. We have different thinking. And thinking also affect, we have different thinking because it is part of external and internal environment. What we have previous past experience, what we observe, what we feel, all these things affect on individual behavior. Herewith, we want to consider in your syllabus, we want to refer which factor say affect on individual behavior. Personal factor is there, environmental factor is there, and organizational factor behavior is there. In personal factor, we want to consider biographical characteristic, that is physical characteristic, because we have different types of physical characteristic. Then age is there, that is we can say biographical factor, age. Age also significantly affect on individual behavior. Gender, you may know gender, male, female, and there is different, and gender factors significantly affect on just wait. Okay, gender factor, that is male, female, also affect on personality, perception. Then marital status is there. Means what? Those who are married, get married, they have different perception, different problem, different ideology, and it's also affect on individual behavior. Experience is there. Means what types of past experience is there, what types of experience we have, and its effect on individual behavior. Intelligence means intelligence levels also, it may be affect on individual behavior. Ability of the person. Ability, we can say ability, that is what we can do. Then what is our competency? Whenever task assigned to us, we are able or not. All these things affect on individual behavior. Then learn characteristic, that is personality, perception, attitude, and values. These are four important characteristics which significantly affect, or we can decide, we can observe, we can understand individual behavior on the basis of personality, perception, attitude, and values. In personal factor, we want to refer personality, perception, attitude, and value. In personality, we want to understand concept of personality, determinant of personalities, development of personalities. Then perception, we want to understand meaning of perception, nature of perception, and process of perception. Attitude is there. We want to understand concept of attitude, component of attitude, measure of attitude. Then value, we want to understand concept of value, types of value, and source of values. When we think about personality, there is we may found, we may see, we may refer different types of personalities there. Personality means what? A relatively stable set of characteristics that influence on individual behavior. Means what? We have different types of character. Each and every person are unique. They have different characteristics, different abilities, different skill, and that is set of characteristics. That is, we can say, personality, which is affect on individual behavior. Then personality is a dynamic organization within the individual of those psychological systems that determine his unique adjustment to his environment. Means what? We may become unique. We have different ability, different skill, different perception, different thinking. And it is part and parcel of environment. It may be external environment, internal environment, which affect on individual behavior. Then perception is there. Perception means what? What we think, what we observe. There is two figure is there where visual perception is there. हे बघा, आपण ज्यावेळी रात्रीच्या वेळी किंवा काळोख्या रात्री ज्यावेळी एखाद्या रस्त्याने चालत असतो त्यावेळी डेफिनेटली वी हॅव डिफरंट परसेप्शन because it's depend upon our past experience. The act of perceiving or ability to perceive mental graphs of the object, qualities, etc. by means of the sense, awareness and comprehension. A process by which individuals organize and interpret their sense or impression in order to give meaning to their environment. Because perception depend upon our taste, what we see, what we heard, what we feel, and our perception depend upon it. There
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. आवाज येत नाहीये.
hello, I'm audible for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perception is there, and it's depend what we feel, what we taste, what we see, and it's our perception depend over our past experience. If there is positive perception, is definitely positively affect on performance of organization behavior or individual performance. If there is, we found negative performance, it's adversely affect on individual behavior as well as organization behavior. Then attitude is there. What is our attitude? Attitudes depend upon belief, feeling, and action tendency of individual or group of the individual toward object, ideas, and people. If we are competent, definitely our attitude may be positive. If we don't have such types of confidence, we don't have proper experience, we are fresher, that time our attitude is different. Positive attitude also positively affect on performance of organization and performance of employee. If there is negative attitude, it's also depend upon negatively affect on our performance. That's why our attitude should be positive. What we feel ourselves, म्हणजे आपण स्वतःला आपल्याकडे ॲबिलिटी आहे, आपण कॉम्पिटंट आहे असं स्वतःला समजत असो तर डेफिनेटली वी परफॉर्म वेल. जर आपल्याकडे आपण एखादा टास्क किंवा कोणत्याही कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह एक्झामची तयारी करत असू किंवा एखाद्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये एखादी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेत असू, जर आपण कॉम्पिटंट नसेल किंवा आपला जर पॉझिटिव्ह ॲटिट्यूड किंवा पॉझिटिव्ह ॲटिट्यूड नसेल तर आपण तो टास्क घेताना आपण कॉम्पिटंट किंवा आपला जो कॉन्फिडन्स लेवल जी आहे ती स्ट्रॉंग नसणार आहे. तर ॲटिट्यूड जर आपला पॉझिटिव्ह असेल तर डेफिनेटली वी मे परफॉर्म वेल, अदरवाइज it is difficult to perform. So as a executive or manager, we want to understand attitude of the people. Is it positive or negative? Okay, just we want to stop here because there is one meeting. Okay, and this session we will reschedule again. कारण आता एक महत्त्वाची मीटिंग आहे, त्यामुळे आपल्याला हा सेशन आता थांबवावा लागतोय, कारण मला थोडं तिथं ती मीटिंग अटेंड करणं आवश्यक आहे. ओके
Okay, sir. Thank you.
फक्त थोडंसं तुम्ही जस्ट हायलाइट ऑल दिस content of this unit number 2. Value, we want to understand value of environmental factor also there, economic factor, social culture factor is there, political factor, legal environment, organizational factor where we want to consider physical facilities, organizational structure and design, leadership and reward system. Same thing, you want to refer, check your progress. If you have any doubt, you want to refer it or we want to discuss on that. Finally, we want to conclude this session. You may refer this some reference book for your detailed understanding. Thank you. Definitely, we will conduct this session again. Thank you for you attend this session. Due to some technical or some administrative work, I want to leave this session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.